Good afternoon, everybody. Happy New Year. It is the start of our live stream for 2025. Oh boy, can I tell you how excited I am that we are starting our live streams again? We had a 2-week break and I didn't know what to do with myself, but we are so excited. We have so much to talk about this week because it's the beginning of a new year. And you know, with that, the chamber is so busy. Everybody else may be a little slow after the holidays, but we are not. And the first reason is because next weekend is Winterfest. Now, I know everybody's been talking about we don't have any snow and are the events still going to happen? What are we going to do? They are. We are still holding, so I don't have information on everything quite yet. Next week on our live stream next week, we'll have a full slate of times and places and stuff, but with no snow, we are still looking at locations for 2 events, but for the most part, everything will be happening. Of course, the big talk around town is Ski Touring has been making snow, a first time, but you know, kudos to them for getting out there and making snow to host this event. It's a huge undertaking and it doesn't happen without the community participating. It's a very expensive project, but they want to see it happen and they are making it happen. The other thing that we really want to mention is if you have not taken down that Christmas tree yet and you are thinking about it, please do so by next weekend. And contribute it to our bonfire fuel, which there is a huge pile of trees out at the Archuleta County Fairgrounds, just off of Highway 84. You pull in the gate and you will see those trees right in front of you off to your right. So deposit them into the pile and we are going to have a lovely bonfire. Now, I also want to put a plea out there. If you would like to volunteer for us, at Winterfest, we would love to have you. So there's a whole slew of volunteering opportunities. For us, it's actually, if you like to be around fire, we could use you to help feed the fire on Friday night. We also have bartending positions open, and that's just actually not real difficult. So we can teach you that. It's not like a mixologist or anything, pouring beer, wine, and serving hot drinks. And so we have a lot of things available for you. We could always use your help. We're so excited to bring the bonfire back. We started that last year and we will have it again this year. We're going to talk more about Winterfest a little bit later in our show because we do have one of our title sponsors with us today. So we'll get back to that in a minute. But the other thing you have for you chamber members, you have 2 items on your to-do list by next week. So, well, one of them is you don't have to be a chamber member. So let's just take the first due date, and that is Monday. And Monday is the final date that you can turn in your community award nominations. Monday, close of business, 5 o'clock. Drop it off to us by 4 o'clock or email it to us by 5 o'clock. And that includes Citizen of the Year, Volunteer of the Year, Small Business of the Year, and Nonprofit of the Year. Now, I'm super excited because the nominations are starting to come in this week. I know everybody waits till the last minute, but now it's the time for you to look at those who you are around, the businesses you visit, the nonprofit organizations that you're involved with, the people that you go to church with, you live near, your kids go to school with. We have so many qualified people in this community that we just need to say thank you to. Not everybody wins, but boy, it sure is nice to say thank you to these people on behalf of our community for the work that they do. So take 5 minutes out of your day, look around at those you work with, again, visit with. Take 5 minutes and give us their name and the information on why they should qualify for one of those nominations. So please You can get the nomination form or just use a separate sheet. You can get that nomination form off the Chamber's website, pagosachamber.com, and submit that to us. We would really appreciate it. Now, for you Chamber members, we will have, right now, we are in the middle of voting for the next round of Chamber board members. Those nominations and the voting process ends Friday, January 17th. We've been voting for a month. We had a big flurry of votes that came in, and then, of course, holidays and stuff, we subside, and now we'll get another flurry. It takes you a minute to vote, or a couple more minutes if you don't know the nominees. But each business is allowed one ballot, not multiple ballots, not if you work there at the business, everybody gets to vote. Nope, one ballot per chamber membership. So you can vote for up to 3 candidates per ballot, and that too can be accessed off our website, pagosachamber.com. Click on the board voting. It takes you straight to the link, an explanation of every candidate, and you can vote for up to 3. Please know that if once a ballot is cast for that business, if we get additional ballots on behalf of that business, those are voided. If you vote for more than 3 candidates, that ballot is voided. So please take the time. Really, if you know the candidates, takes a minute. So please, that's one of your chamber member benefits, and please utilize that. These are the business owners and managers and key individuals that represent our business community, and hopefully you have a voice. Now, as I mentioned, for the community awards, we will be announcing these community award winners at the Chamber's annual gala on February 7th. That's a Friday. It's going to be from 6 to 8. And I'm telling you, this year, you do not want to miss this event. Not only is it just such a great event to honor all our nominees, but we're going to have a dinner provided by Farrago Events and Todd and Kelly Stevens. So you know it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have live music by Maxwell Miller. So you know you're going to be entertained. A silent auction and activities, all sorts of things all throughout the night. This is the night you want to come over and network and have some fun. Tickets are only $35 for all of that. And what I recommend that you do is get some of your business or your friends together and purchase a table and come out. It's a table for 8. So you can go online. The link is live. So please think about attending 6 to 8, our annual gala and our community nomination awards. Boy, we could keep going, but I'm going to jump back to Winterfest, and that brings us to our guests today, which we are very, very excited to have one of our title sponsors with us this week. We will have our other title sponsor with us next week, but this week we have with us a new partner. We are calling our sponsors now partners, because that's really what they are. They are partnering with us in our efforts to produce events and to work with our business community. So I am really happy to have with us today Jason Auslander and Amy Fiala, both with Black Hills Energy. Thank you all so much, first of all, for your partnership with us, and also just welcome to the show for the first time.
Well, thanks a lot for having us. I had a little bit of trouble getting to the right spot, so I'm glad I'm here. And let me just say I'm a little croaky today. I have a bit of a cold, but I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be one of the sponsors for the Winterfest this year.
Well, thank you. Amy, thank you so much as well for joining us. We appreciate it. You coming from the Front Range, but we see you over here on the Western Slope all the time working with our businesses.
Well, thank you, Mary Jo. And as Jason said, it is an honor to be representing Black Hills in the Pagosa Springs area. So we are really excited about Winterfest. Let's just all say some prayers and do the snow dance that we can get some snow over there.
Well, yep, we could have a little bit. We would like a little bit more, but I will say that everybody has been super creative, and really a shout out to Skis and Saddles for making that snow. But, winter comes. I think this is a perfect opportunity for Black Hills to sponsor, because um, it's winter and people are using that energy, whether you're a resident, whether you're a business. Tell us a little bit about Black Hills, and, do your seasons change, and what does winter bring for Black Hills?
It's a good question, Mary Jo. A lot of people just pay the bills, their utility bills, and they often don't distinguish what's what. Black Hills Energy over here on the western slope of Colorado is the gas company in quite a few municipalities and little towns over here, in addition to some other companies as well. Excel, Atmos is over here as well. But we have a pretty good chunk of the western slope. We are headquartered in Rapid City, South Dakota. We do business in 8 states, mostly in the Midwest: Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Arkansas, Wyoming, a lot of Wyoming. So, we have, I'm a little bit new to the team over here. We didn't have somebody over on Western Colorado as a public affairs person up until about 2.5 years ago. So I've been gradually trying to make some difference to some of the communities, to all of the communities that we serve, especially the Pagosa area, because I'm up here in Glenwood Springs. Amy's over there kind of in the Colorado Springs, Castle Rock area. So, Pagosa takes a bit for me to get to, and as much as I love it down there. So we're looking for some opportunities to kind of, get our name out there and help out the community a little bit if we can.
Sure. Amy, you work a lot with our business community. I know for a while we were doing a huge rebate program. You were heavily involved in that. Tell us a little bit about your position and how Black Hills, from your perspective, fits into Pagosa Springs. I think you're
on mute.
We have you on mute.
Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry. As Jason said, we heavily cover gas on the western slope. And so I cover the entire state of Colorado on the gas side. So that being said, we do cover a lot of your commercial businesses there, a lot of your new build, maybe some residential. And we even have some school programs, but we also have some income qualified. So for the folks that may be worker bees, because it is hospitality, these ski areas are pretty high end to live in. So we've also are trying to keep our eyes on those folks as well. But our rebates contain residential, commercial, school-based, and again, the income qualified.
So Amy, if somebody wanted to see if they qualify for an income break, would they just call the local Black Hills number?
No, I'd have them reach out to me, and then there's a few steps and processes that we have to go to. I don't make like the guys in the area or you or anybody else ask those questions, because it is kind of a personal, and it's
Sure.
So I usually have them call me, and then I can either say, we'll direct you in this area, or we can direct you in this area.
Okay. And, we always talk about safety and gas, and you hear that, especially during these winter months, anything from freezing or ice hitting your pipes. From either of you, anything that really comes to mind, something important? I know safety and gas leaks are a huge topic of conversation.
Yeah, well, obviously safety is the number one priority for us. Amy can testify to this. Every meeting that we all have, we always start with a safety share to make sure that that's number one in everybody's mind. So keeping snow and ice off your meter during the winter is key. Watch for ice coming from the roof and hitting the meter. That can also cause some issues as well. Don't use a shovel around to try and clear your meter. Make sure that you kind of are a little bit gingerly use it when you're poking around the meter and that. But it is really important to keep the debris of winter ice and snow off of it. And Mary Jo, I wanted to add just one thing to what Amy said. If people will just want to go to blackhillsenergy.com, right there at the sort of main website page, you'll see rebates and offers. You'll see energy assistance plans. You'll see some tips on weather information and weatherization type tips that we kind of hand out. Especially, we're about to send out a release right now because most of Colorado is going to be pretty cold for the next week. Temperatures are going to be dipping down into the single digits, especially down there in southern Colorado. So we advise people, make sure you check your filters, clear the dust away, lower the thermostat 68 degrees. If you can handle it is good, and make sure you turn it down at night. Run complete loads of laundry and dishes. Make sure those are full to take full use of the energy that you're going to use. Skip the drying cycle on the dishwasher. And, we'll give you some rebates if you keep out the drafts. Amy could go into some more details, but it's also all on our website. If you insulate your crawl space, if you do various other things, buy really high efficiency gas appliances, we'll give you some money.
Great.
Yeah, that is correct. And not only that, is if any of our customers out there are noticing exceeding high bills, we have a virtual or an in-home audit. We do those at no cost, where we will have an assessor come in and do a complete audit of your home. Then they will give recommendations, maybe install some free things like caulk the windows or put some film over them, just to help lower that bill a bit. It's really nice because Black Hills Energy does it at no cost, and other folks out there or other companies are charging quite a handsome fee for it.
Okay.
It really is people to take advantage of. I just want to say that I don't have Black Hills as my provider, and I paid $150 for one of those. So they'll come in and say your air's leaking out of this window or out of this, outlet or whatever. So it's really valuable.
Great. Well, I know with the winter conditions as they are, we could keep talking, and as well as the projects that Black Hills is coming into Pagosa Springs with. We just really appreciate your partnership with us, and all of these tips that I think you're right, Jason. We pay the bill, and sometimes we don't really think about it unless it really spikes or something happens. But these are great tips, as well as you mentioned, going to your website and using those resources that are available to you. I also want to mention, if our business community is interested in any of this, please contact me, because I can get a hold of either Jason or Amy very easily for you. So if you're like, I don't know how to get a hold of Amy, I don't know how to get a hold of Jason, come here to the Chamber of Commerce, because we have a great relationship, and we will be happy to help you make that contact with Black Hills Energy. So we do want to offer that to our business community.
And
I want to thank you.
Specific rebates for the business community, as Amy said, that will save a ton of money on high efficiency gas appliances, especially, but also the same kind of deals, insulation and, making your space more efficient.
Sure. Well, thank you both again so much for joining us. And again, your partnership with Winterfest. So, yep, we might get a little bit more snow. I don't know what the forecast isn't looking great, but we're going to have Winterfest, snow or not. We are ready. So thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate both of you and the work that you do.
Happy Winterfest. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Jo. We appreciate it.
No problem. And thank you, everybody, for joining us this first live stream of the year. It's going to be a very exciting year. We have a lot planned for you. We really hope that you all will attend our annual gala, because we have so much information to get out to you, and we will be doing that in bits and pieces, but we're just going to have a lot of celebrations this year. So thank you all so much for joining us. Get ready for Winterfest. Watch all the information. You can go onto our website and find out what is happening over the Winterfest weekend. And we look forward to seeing you next weekend. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you here next week to talk a little bit more about Winterfest. Thank you.